Hello and welcome everybody to the pre-alpha playthrough of Orcish Inn with your host as always, Mah-Dry-Bread. So this is a free demo slash the entire game right now that you can just download for free off Steam if you just go to the Orcish Inn page and click on demo. I was told about this game last night during one of my streams by Unhandy, one of the viewers. And I'm like, oh, Orcish Inn. Well, I love orcs in games, and inns makes it sound like a business simulator, and I love business sims, as you know from my videos on the Guild Renaissance. So I decided to give this a try. Well, I intended to go to bed at about 1 AM that night, and I ended up going to bed at about 12:30 that night. 2:30 that night. So the game's a little bit addictive. So when you boot up the game, this is what it brings you to. I'm just flying around in this hot air balloon looking for a place I want to land. It's a randomly generated world every time, and I might actually re-roll this world. It's a little bit weird looking. I don't know. I'm not seeing anywhere that's really jumping out at me to settle on, you know? So I think I might re-roll this one. Huge swamp there. I actually don't know how big worlds are in this. Ah, that's the limit of it? Okay, yeah, I'm re-rolling this world. So if you're wondering what the point of Orcish Inn is, it's probably exactly what you would imagine it is. You are making an inn, it's got like a tavern, and trying to attract guests. Now I've played 4 hours of the game, about that, and I haven't gotten to the point of actually building an inn yet. I've set up a little house, I have a little farm, I sell goods to the trader, but I haven't actually gotten a working tavern with people coming to it yet. So we'll have to get to that point in this playthrough. Hold on, is this a big pond or is it a river? It's a big pond. Okay, fishing's a big component of the game, so I gotta keep that in mind. It's nice having fresh water nearby, actually. So I wouldn't mind settling right here. All right, let's settle down. All right, this is us, and that other guy who was in the balloon with us was the hawker. He's the guy who sells stuff to you. So I'll try and breeze through this where I can. This is Stephen calling, the guy who made the game, just letting us know it's pre-alpha state and this is how the game works right now. Okay, I'm dumb. Don't click that button. Takes you to his website. Stop the recording when I did that. So let's just go to the game. All right, so you're gonna see a lot of stuff and you're probably not gonna know what any of it is yet. I'll help you with that. So first of all, the levitating book, this is basically your quest log. It'll teach you the game, and it'll give you your skill points to level up your character. So you can scroll through here and read all of this, but I will give you the rundown so we can get through it faster. This is introducing you to the idea of taking challenges and claiming rewards. So we're claiming the reward. Character improvements, this is just telling you that you can spend knowledge that you get on upgrading your character. So costs 2 for first ability. So this is every ability. They've got 3 ranks each, and as you get each ability, other ones become more expensive. So what I learned from my last playthrough is these 2 skills, having more maximum stamina and maximum hunger, is really important. Because if you hang around in the negatives of stamina and hunger a lot, you'll never die or anything from doing that, but you'll get a lot of debuffs, and you don't want that. So if you sleep for a long time, for instance, you're probably going to wake up really hungry. But if you have a lot of maximum hunger and you eat before bed, you'll be fine. And that'll just help increase the chance of you having positive buffs rather than negative debuffs. So right off the bat, I'm taking Gourmand so that I have more maximum hunger. And that was our quest here, was just take a skill, so we'll take the knowledge. So this is teaching us the hammer axe, which is your 3 tools. So you see out there these tools all on the right side of the screen here. I'll be going over what each one of those is soon, but 3 is the hammer axe, is how you chop things down, and also how you repair things. So it says perform a heavy hit, destroy an object. So we hit 3, and I want to start clearing some trees. So you can tap to damage it, or you can hold down till you have an exclamation point over your head and release. There we go. So that's that quest, I think. Oh, no, we gotta destroy an object as well. Okay, we'll just destroy, oh, there's a stick on the ground. We'll go destroy that. There. inventory and hunger. So 9, yeah. 9 or E, just use E, stores all of your items. Eat a piece of bread. We start with some bread. So we just right click it. There we go, and we can see our hunger filled up there. That's our hunger, by the way. Then there, the blue, and the green is our stamina. So we're being given some knowledge and some rope for that. Rope you normally need to buy, I believe. I don't know if there's any way to get it through, like, making it yourself. Okay, climbing. So this letting us know that some maps are really mountainous, and you can climb them. So we need to place a climbing rope. So if we hit 2, this is our build menu, and I believe climbing rope's production, or is it utility? There we go, climbing rope. So let's just make 1, just for the sake of this quest. And we're gonna right-click on the climbing rope so we can go place it somewhere. Just place it there. And we can go up and down that now, as if there's no height difference. Claim a reward, prepare for night. So it wants us to get 100 leaves of any type and 5 logs of any type, because we want to make a tent. So to get the leaves, you hit 5 to get your sickle out, and you can chop up grass here to clear some land. So we want our tent over here, so let's just clear the land, make it nicer. And what was this count as, actually? That is marum grass. Okay, can be made into a bale of hay. Okay, just making sure I know what that is. Right, so I would just chop some trees, probably, because at a certain point of chopping this tree, the top will fall down. Actually, you know what? I might want to do it with a small tree. There we go. Once you take the top off a tree, you'll get leaves. There we go. Do we have enough leaves? No. Alright. Now, unfortunately, this is weighing us down. You can see we have a negative debuff here of overloaded. We have just way too many wood logs, so what we're gonna do is make a wood yard. Oh no, that's right, we don't have, there, I just turned on Hawker's Post, he'll teach us about that later. But Hawker's Post is where the hawker will show up during the daytime. This guy's the hawker. So let's just buy and sell a little bit here. I want to sell you all of the wood and the bark I just got. There we go. Wood and bark is something that sells quite well in this game. So this is pretty damaged now, so let's just keep going at it. See if we can take the top off of it. We're probably gonna get a debuff soon for our stamina, but it happens. Okay, I think we have enough leaves. Yes, we do. Oh, before we do that, is the next thing gonna be teaching us how to make it? Build a tent made out of leaves. Okay. So we just right-click, oop, we got it, yep. Double-click it. Left-click it where we want it, there we go. We have a tent for the night. And he's also giving us a hawker post, although we can make it. Build a hawker post. Like I said before, hawker post is just telling Hawker where to show up. So it's just our quest to build it, so we'll put it there. Just so that we have it built. And he's out of the way a little bit. Here we go, trading. Wait until midday and buy all the seeds the hawker has to offer. Okay, so we just left click them. And where are your seeds? What kind of seeds do I want from you? Well, first of all, nails. As far as I'm aware, the hawker is the only way to get nails, so I'm gonna buy all 500 that he's got in stock right now. I want oat seeds, I want hops, I want sugar beet. Yeah, I'm happy with that. There's a lot of stuff that he sells that we don't have the reputation for yet. As far as I'm aware, you get reputation by actually serving guests at an inn. Here we go, and finally, says that this will unlock everything else for us. Here we go. Survival, stamina. Claim the reward, check the fishing challenge. So this is just introducing us to the survival thing. This is introducing us to fishing. Basic resources. Oh, right, survival also teaches, like, unlocks a bunch of these for you. So this unlocks producing. We have unlocked farming and also given us 50 fertilizer. Trading and gave us some nails to work with. And the next objective here is have more than 50 hunger and stamina at the same time. So the survival tree will progress when we're doing quite well for ourselves. So what can we do in other things right now? So first of all, we want to mark this as watched so that this book will vibrate if we complete it. I like to have everything on watched. I don't know why you wouldn't, to be honest. So we're just going to set that for everything. So for fishing, it's teaching us how to fish, which I'll give you the rundown on soon. It just wants us to catch a fish. For production, we need to gather an iron ore and build a wood yard, a stone yard, and an ore yard. Okay. That's easy, just make those with wood. It's just a place to store those raw resources. For farming, they want us to prepare a 5x5 patch of land, so using fertilizer for that. And for trading, buy 100 nails. Well, we already bought all of his nails for the day, so a little too late. Our stamina is horrendous right now, however, not much we can do about that at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just preemptively build the wood yard. We want the wood yard, the stone yard, and the ore yard. And we need to collect 1 ore, was it? Yes. So we can get ore from these rocks and these stone parts. The individual rocks tend to have more ore, I find. So let's just go get a piece of ore. There we go, we got a piece of ore. Oh, it's not watched anymore. Can you only have one thing watch at a time? Yes, that's really annoying. Furnace. Build a furnace and produce 1 iron ingot. Okay, this is easy. So we can go ahead and just dump all the iron in the stockpile. And I think we're carrying a lot of wood on us. Yes, let's just dump all that wood in the stockpile so we're not moving so slow anymore. We're not over encumbered. And I'm hitting R to eat there just because my basket has the food as the quick select. So we just pop in here real quick, nothing completed. Okay. And we need to buy nails from you. Do you just have more that I missed? No? Okay, but you do have rope, which I will need later. And oats. Or rather, that's yeast. Yeah, we'll need yeast. So we just bought 20 yeast. I need a furnace. So that's utility, isn't it? Could be production. Furnace, there we go. So let's take 1 wood. So we just click on the 1, by the way. We can select the quality we want. I want the highest quality. And then I just shift left click on the wood I want, which is this oak wood. And we're gonna go ahead and make a furnace. I will have the furnace be right next to the ore yard. And then I want a chest on the other side, or no, I want to take 2 more of those. I think I need 2. And get me an iron ingot yard. Okay, I need 2 more. Put that on the other side. So you can actually make lines of production in this, which is funny because I was playing Factorio on stream the other day. Actually, in fact, the game that I was streaming when on Handy told me about this was Factorio. So you make a line of production. I have an ore yard here, I have a furnace here, and I have an iron ingot yard there. So if I were to, say, pick up this ore yard, and then that ore yard, that wood yard, and place it right there, and then I dump a bunch of wood in it. You can see this has a supply of wood and it has a supply of ore, so automatically it's going to start taking the wood in for fuel and the ore in for smelting. It'll smelt it and then dump it straight in the iron ingot yard. So there we go, we actually have some level of automated production of our iron. So we just have to wait for that to cook. And while we're waiting, we might as well just collect some more. We can put away all of that, put that there. There we go. We're going to have plenty of ore being smelted. And this will give us some charcoal, which is, I believe, a kind of fuel. So that you're not using raw wood. It's a more productive one, I believe. Right. So we need to make a sawmill now. I was really trying to rush my way to this because this is how you start getting on really building. And because I want to clear a lot of land, a sawmill is a wise idea. So I actually want to really clear this area. So is this like a hot spring up here? Drowning in swimming. Yeah, because I have no stamina. That's right. I should probably not go in there. Right. Sawmill. So what do we need to make a sawmill? That's under utility? No, it should be under production. Yes. Sawmill is here. 1 metal, 25 logs. Okay. So we'll just take 50 logs because I want to make 2 of these anyway. We'll take both of those. Okay. So let's just go ahead, click that, build 2 of them. And for now, we'll just put them... it doesn't really matter too much where we put them, just as long as they're not in our way. So there. And... there's like no room here. So there's a small chance you'll damage an item when you pick it up like that with your axe, by the way, but it's the only way to do it. It's just a risk you have to take. It's just there. Actually, no, I want more room between them. Let's just clear this a little bit. Clear out these poor little saplings, never had a chance in life. And place it there. Okay, that's perfect. So, much like with the wood yard, the wood yard and the ore yard and the iron yard over there, we can surround this in wood yards. And that's what I want to do, because it makes things way more convenient. There's like a hedge there I need to clear. So I don't think it does diagonals, but we're making this very efficient early. So let's just dump. Actually, we don't need bark in there, do we? No. We'll just dump some in there, and so that's already starting on lumber planks, and now we'll set this to decorative planks for the other one, which produces a lot more sawdust and a lot less planks, but you need each kind of plank for different things. Let's eat a little bit. And the sawmill is now just automatically going. So we actually need to clear some more wood to put in these. So let's clear some land. So there are 2 kinds of wood in the game so far. The twisty trees are apple trees, and then the big leafy ones here with the huge trunks are oak trees. So there we go, we have both of them going. So it does produce sawdust as it goes. Sawdust is a bit of a junk item that fills up the inventory of places, but you can also use it to dry out the ground. The reason you might want to dry out the ground, let's just clear some of these leaves. The reason you might want to dry out the ground is certain crops like dry ground. Not many, but you know, if it's overhydrated, you can do that. Oh, we actually got a seed for sugar beets there. So we produce both kinds of planks, so we can accept that. And what else did we get? Finding shelter. Okay, so we've unlocked the building tab now. Storage interaction, build a woodyard next to the sawmill. We've done that, and build a chest next to the furnace. We have not done a chest next to the furnace because we actually need a second furnace. We want a food furnace now. Like, that one's just going to be doing ore all the time. So what we need is, I believe it's, there it is. We need decorative planks for that. Okay. So we gotta wait a little bit for that to finish more planks. Alright, it's becoming nighttime. You can see it getting dark. Hawker's gonna leave soon. As soon as Hawker leaves, we can actually sleep, which we've been needing to do for a while. So let's go to our knowledge again and make it so we can eat even more. So I'm no longer really concerned about going hungry during the night. I also want to upgrade to level 1 Thinker so that I can have more stamina. And level 1 Leader, which is nice. Increases the chance you'll get motivated when you have high statuses by 10% per total percentage point. Motivated is basically if you're really, really happy, you have your stats really high, there's a chance you'll become motivated, which will give you other buffs, which is really nice. We have little notifications on the left there, by the way, like it's cloudy. Bad weather could occur. So we just go in our tent and we hit Z. And you can see time is passing very quickly. The wood is being cut very quickly. Stamina is getting better, although we're getting hungrier. We had very poor quality sleep in that tent, but what are you gonna do? So there we go. We're in the positive for stamina a little bit. Sunny, item decay, light rain. Someone tried to mail something to you, but you have no mailbox. That's right, I forgot mailbox is a thing. We can make a mailbox soon. So we actually need to chop some wood. Because as you can see, our sawmills stopped producing and they clearly have empty wood yards available. So there we go. Gave that one 50 logs to work with. And just keep clearing the land. Give that one logs to work with. Okay, they're both being productive again. So we take all the decorative logs. We need to make one chest, and we needed to make another furnace. Right, so we need a log and then 5 limestone. Cool. Just dump all that back in there so I'm not using up inventory space on that. Limestone, logs, and then we can just make another furnace. Dump off all of that. And put a chest next to it. Sweet. So what we need to do is just take 2 logs maybe. Put them in there. And this is going to be our cookery basically. So what else did we need to do here? A woodyard next to a sawmill. Okay, I'll just pick up one of the woodyards already there and put it back down. There we go. Item decay. Build a cupboard. So this is letting us know that food is especially prone to item decay, where every day it can go down in quality or disappear. So putting it in a cupboard helps you store it better, or a silo. Now, a cupboard, I believe, needs to go in a house, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so we need to do this. Let's go ahead and take out all of those decorative planks. We're going to build a cupboard. Now, does it actually need us? Yeah, it needs us to actually place the cupboard. Are we allowed to place it outside? Let's learn. Yes, good, so we don't need a house already. Anything to keep the knowledge points coming in. Baking bread, bake oat bread. Okay, so we actually need to do a little bit of farming now because we need oats. So let's set up... Ooh, we have so much land here that we need to clear. Reminds me of Harvest Moon, which is what the game is partly based off of. We need to clear a little bit of land here. So I think I'm going to make a little plot of farmland here. So we need to chop all these trees down. These trees are in our way. We're going to burn through stamina like crazy, but there's not really much we can do about that right now. Luckily, we will collect a lot of wood. Okay, we cleared that. Good. It's just a little hard to see. So we can just dump all this wood in to keep them working. And we got to clear the big tree here. As long as it keeps our lumber mills working, I'm happy, because we're going to need a lot. In fact, I wouldn't mind potentially making even more at some point. Item decay challenge available, baking bread available. Okay, just making sure that we're up to date on our notifications. So we could make a mailbox now. In fact, I don't really see why not. Mailbox is just some decorative planks. All right, we built it. Let's give them some more wood to work with, because we're slowing down from being over encumbered so much. And we'll just put a little mailbox over there for now. Oh right, and we needed to buy nails, didn't we, for one of our quests. There we go. Making a profit. Sell sugar beet to the hawker. Okay. We don't have sugar beet, but we have sugar beet seeds. Sugar beet is a crop that sells very well. Let's eat a bunch there. I don't want to hang out in the negatives and risk getting a debuff. Let's just remind ourselves of our other quests to see if there's anything we could quickly do. Build a 3x3 room with walls, indoor floor, and walk into it. Yeah, we don't want to do that yet. I'd rather have a bigger building than that. Prepare land, 5x5 patch of prepared land. We're about to do that. Fishing, and then baking bread. Yeah. So we need to start moving on to farming now. So we're going to prepare this land after we've cleared this a little bit. God, this game is so addictive to play. And remember, everybody, this is free. Like, this is a free like, he calls it a demo just because he doesn't want to go early access, and I don't blame him, because there's so many horror stories with early access. This is the game as it is now, completely free on Steam. So, yeah, if you want to support the development, he's got a Patreon. You can check it out, because right now development is actually halted right now due to financial issues. The game has been around since like 2014, but you know, there hasn't been much funding, and he doesn't want to go the Kickstarter route. So let's go ahead and do outdoor floors, land. So we need 5 by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can clear that sapling out. There we go. So that's our first farming quest done. We need to plant oats. I'm happy with that. So if we hit 4 and we keep hitting 4, we can cycle through what we have. Where's the following ground? Yeah, that's like how fertile it is. Eutrophy? I think that's how you pronounce that. But that means like how fertile the ground is. Wheat seeds need wetness, plant density, and eutrophy. I actually don't remember how plant denseness works, but I do believe that is explained in here. I don't know if it's been explained yet. So let me just, not there. Okay, if you place a mace on the seed symbol, blah, 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 if it's planted in spring, yeah, it's planted in spring, that's when it's best. Needs 4 days to grow, requires full plant density, green circle. There are several properties within the value of 0, empty circle, and 6, full circle, but oats only need plant density. Full plant density means that oat wants to be surrounded by plants, so put them together in the prepared land. Got it, okay. So it just likes to be planted amongst itself. So, do you sell oat seeds? Thank you. Mid-size bag. This offer is temporary and may be removed. The type of bag adds more storage to your inventory than a small counterpart. I've never seen this in the store. Oh my god, I really want that. Let's buy that. Because we have a lot of money in the beginning. Alright. We got a bigger bag. Which is good because becoming over-encumbered is a big problem in this game. Okay, oat seeds. Let's sow some oat seeds, not wheat. Oats. All it needs is plant density. So let's just have this whole patch, or as much of it as possible, be oats. And we'll just finish the last little bit with sugar beets, just so we can get that quest done. There we go, plant density. Have to consider when planting oats can be shown on the small green dot at the bottom of your screen near your statuses. Or by clicking J. And that tells us our plant density of areas. Show and hide the plant density map once. So if we hit J, we can see that, yeah, the internal stuff, because it's surrounded, has very high density, which means it'll come out at a very high quality. So we've done that. Okay, now check the sugar beet seeds you have. Hopefully you bought from the hawker. Yep, they sell well. They need eutrophy. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm probably gonna Google it after this episode and just like figure out how to pronounce it. Okay, optimal is 4, so any difference would result in lower quality of harvest. Good to know. Yellow dot at the bottom of the map, yep, G. Most of it depends on the biome. Luckily, forests have a eutrophy of 4, which is exactly what sugar beets require. Well, does this count as a forest still? This patch here? It seems like it. Which means if these look, current outcome quality is 6 stars, which is the highest. If you equip your sickle, you can check. So this is a good area to grow sugar beets. Good. Planting sugar beets have already done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and for the sake of doing this quest faster, just put 1 fertilizer there and plant it. There we go. Keep things moving. Planting hops. So now we need to plant hops. We need its own patch for hops, don't we? And they need to be protected from the wind, I believe. Okay. Yeah, they do require some time to grow, so you should probably start them as soon as possible. I agree. Check the hop seeds details. You learned that they need 10 days to grow and have spring as their main season. Luckily, they grow on scaffolds, which means that they regrow their crops every now and then, as long as you harvest them in their main season. In summer, autumn, and winter, you have to replant them every time. Hops require a certain level of wetness, wind to break, and plant density, so they're a little bit high maintenance, but a large portion of this game is brewing beer for your guests, so it makes sense that you really want high quality hops. Now, I am not the hoppiest of beer guy in the world. I am not exactly a connoisseur of beer in general, but the very few beers I've had, the ones that I tend to like the least are the ones that are told to me to be very hoppy. Hops require a certain amount of wetness, windbreak, and plant density. So windbreak, you need a fence. Wetness, you need to water it. And plant density, grow it in a patch. So yeah, that's not too hard. H to reveal the windbreak map. Yep, we can manipulate that by planting fences. F for the wetness map. Distance to water sources and weather. Okay. And you can also water it to help. Plant a couple of hop seeds in the prepared land. Okay. So if we do the wetness map as this, so obviously the water is as wet as it gets. This is drier than this. Okay. I'm just learning how this is. So we have a swamp up here, by the way. I think what I want to do before the game even tells me to is I'm going to cut down a lot of this swamp grass and make a hay bale of it. Wow, there's so much! Oh my god. It wasn't nearly this big of a patch of it the last file I played on. So you can only play on, well, I guess you could have as many zip files as you want as long as you go into the documents and switch them in and out. It's a bit of a pain, but what you gonna do? Did we unlock something in here? No, that was just me unlocking a crafting pattern, swamp straw, which is actually what I wanted. We want to make a hay bale, which is right here. So the purpose of this hay bale is that it is a thing of production. We're gonna put it, God, where can we place it? It seems really finicky where you can place a hay bale for whatever reason. And this day's almost over. So we may end this episode and we can just teleport it up there? No? Come on. Oh, I didn't know you could flip things. Well, that one can't be flipped. Oh, hold on, it got placed right there. Sweet. So we want swamp straw, just because we have the swamp grass for it. We're gonna dump that in there. You see progress? It is making it into swamp straw, which we can use to do a thatched roof for a building, which is good that you get that ahead of time, because it's a bit of a pain. So we're just gonna gather some more of that. I like the wind effect on that. That looks really cool. And let's just go dump some more in. So you need to leave room for it, actually, because it's only got 100 weight that I can hold in there, and you gotta remember it's gotta convert, so don't just fill it, or else it's never gonna make anything. So we put 80 in there because we want it to make 80 hay for us. Did Hawker leave? Is it nighttime now? It's nighttime now, so let's sleep. Oh, I forgot to eat before I slept. Well, we might get some debuffs out of that. Oh, we're barely regaining stamina doing this. That is painful. Alright, well, we're at the 30-minute mark. So I think tomorrow is going to be a lot of fishing, going to be doing more of this tutorial stuff, and we got 11 knowledge points. We can pick up a skill. On the next episode, we'll start it by picking up a new skill. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to watch more, there'll be a link to a playlist in the description, as well as episode 2 on screen if it's already been uploaded. Check out my TAD if you want to support me, like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more, then subscribe. Thank you, buddy, for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.